I wanted to share some statistics on sexual abuse in the church from a report that he published here in 2026. So I thought I would just share a few of these statistics. I thought this report was very credible. It was very, very well done. So, one of the things that he shared is that between the years 1950 and 2002, a total of 10,667 individuals in the United States made allegations of child sexual abuse against Catholic priests. That is a huge, huge number. Approximately 81% of victims of sexual abuse by Catholic clergy in the U.S. Between 1950 and 2002 were male. The John Jay study found that 51% of victims were between the ages of 11 and 14 when the abuse began. The same study in 2004 identified 4,392 priests in the United States against whom allegations of sexual abuse were made. This is really serious. And I would say those numbers have to be low because for anyone that has suffered sexual abuse, it is not an easy thing to make a report of an allegation. So, for each and every report and allegation, there are many other voices that have remained silent. And so I just wanted to address this today. The U.S. Catholic Church, this is an enormous number. Listen to this, has paid out more than $4 billion in settlements related to sexual abuse since the 1990s. In 2007, the Archdiocese of Los Angeles agreed to a record breaking $660 million settlement with more than 500 alleged victims. So we're talking about enormous, enormous numbers. Now, I don't want to just pick on the Catholic Church, although the Catholic Church has um, many, many sexual abuse allegations that have come against it. All denominations, all religions around the world have had this horrible sexual abuse happen within their ranks. Part of this Gitnick's report said that the Southern Baptist Convention Guidepost Report of 2022 spanned 288 pages detailing the mishandling of claims by the executive committee related to sexual abuse in the church. A 2019 investigation by the Houston Chronicle found nearly 400 Southern Baptist leaders and volunteers had been accused of misconduct over a 20-year period. And he states in the report, when sacred institutions fail, the fallout is devastating as investigations from the John Jay Report in the United States to national inquiries in France and Australia document tens and hundreds of thousands of child victims, with John Jay alone recording 10,667 allegations, naming 4,392 accused priests over a 52-year period. About 81% of U.S. victims being male, most aged roughly 8 to 14 when the abuse began. Numerous bishops implicated in cover-ups and billions of dollars in settlements. So this is not a minor thing. As a matter of fact, there's a man that's a part of our congregation that was sexually abused in a case in New York, and it took many years. He was very brave to stand up with other men and to make his report. And today, there's some satisfaction, at least that they were heard. It wasn't about the money, it was about there was an injustice and they were heard, and there's healing in that. And so, in this season, I think that it's so important that people take courage. If you have been sexually abused in the context of a church, a denomination, whether it's a synagogue, whether it's a Catholic church, whether it's a Baptist or Methodist or Protestant church, your voice needs to be heard. And I believe that God wants to heal the brokenhearted. He wants to minister where this kind of trauma has brought separation for people from the Spirit of God.